This represents war. War is obviously about killing with the knife and the gun. War is all about money. And in the clip are all the things we kill for. The top one is oil, second one is cocaine, third one is gold, that's blood down there, diamonds, religious symbols, and the seeds they make heroin with.
Crazy.
Those are all the things we kill.
A lot of losers. I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because it makes me feel better. I hate guys that are very, very successful and you have to listen to their success stories. I like people that like to listen to my success. But I find, and I found this, rigged election, he knows about rigged elections better than anybody. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? You're running low on soldiers, and then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this.
June 6th, tomorrow, this is D-Day anniversary, when the Americans once ended a war in Europe.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant...
This was not a great...
I wish I would have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
I'm gonna tell you, it's over, folks. It's over. It's done with. Look at this mess. Look what we're going through right now.
Aircraft carrier. That's actually the biggest aircraft carrier in the world. And every 32 seconds, boom, boom, boom. And it was 1 o'clock in the morning, so we said, okay, I think we're in trouble. But they were ready for us, Johnny. And we were ready. He said we were ready. And then they hit us. And they came from 17 different angles. They were here, they were there. We ran for our lives. It was over.
For the lights to turn off, the water, the stuff like that. Because soon, it ain't going to be no food. The world is in shambles. It's completely destroyed. It's no coming back. I don't even know how to explain it. It's the great separation. That's what's going on. Everybody gonna go against Babylon, against the whore. They're gonna shoot their missiles against the. We're in great tragedy. There is no coming back. There is no overturn. There is no a quick ramp that you can exit out of.
Donald Trump pounds his chest and banging the war drums in Washington, talking about sending boots in the ground. We're not even a year into this administration, and President Trump has bombed 7 countries. He doesn't seem to see a problem that doesn't think he can bomb his way out of. I learned years ago that when elites like Donald Trump bang the war drums and pound their chests in Washington, D.C., and talk about sending troops into the ground or into combat, he's not talking about his kids. He's not talking about all of his minions' kids. He's talking about kids like me and the people that I grew up in working class areas, rural places around the country that have to pick up rifles, jump into tanks or helicopters and do the thing, and do the tough work. Well, America is over.
Back to bite you in the end. This is a great turnout. 4 years ago, you never thought this would be the norm. And now look at this.
That the United States would have would be an actual invasion. Well, that's dumb. Iran will tear us to pieces. We couldn't conquer Iraq, and Iraq was 1/3 the size of Iran. And Iran has mountains. Iraq was flat. You know what I mean? Like the terrain was on our side in Iraq, and we still got humiliated. If we think of Iran as a big Afghanistan, and we couldn't get Afghanistan after 20 years. The government collapsed before we withdrew. The Taliban took Afghanistan over before we withdrew. It reminds me of the pictures of the helicopters being shoved into the Pacific Ocean off the aircraft carriers in South Vietnam as we're trying to evacuate, as North Vietnam overruns South Vietnam. How many times do Americans have to be humiliated this way before you learn the lessons of history and realize you can't do these kinds of invasions? They don't work. Attackers will always lose in the 21st century. That's,
That you reach, you should have stopped, but you never stopped. Your greed has prepared your world for your fall. Your greed has took you to the abyss, and now you can't climb back up. Most people just want to work. They don't mind working. Most people just want to have a family, enjoy their friends. We can't do that because we always had a bad time. Name one time that you know America been at peace for more than 10 years. Never. It has to stop. Something.
Piece of the puzzle that no one is seeing and no one's talking about. We have 7 more months until midterms. There's not going to be an election. There's not going to be a midterms. 7 more months of escalation of this war around the world, and other countries getting into war and everything else starting. There's not going to be another American election. There will not be another United States president. What you're all failing to see is that this is the end. Donald Trump is the end of the United States. No question about it. And nobody sees it. It's all over. There will be no Gavin Newsom being elected president. That's not going to happen. This is it. The end is coming. Because America was foolish enough to vote Donald Trump back into office. And when Donald Trump became back into office, that sealed the world's fate. Not just America, not just the United States. The whole world will be in World War III. And there will be billions of death. You'll be able to smell death if you're still alive for decades. There will be no election. Period.
Is going against you guys. You do know you guys done. No more ruling, right? The earth, you guys make currency out of trees, destroying the earth, the air, the water, our food. That's the reason why we need a savior. We need somebody to come in to save us, because these people not gonna save us. They don't have no plan to save us. They don't have no plan to make all of us equal. They don't have no plan to, hey, let's stop the war. Let's focus on the people. They don't have any plans like that. The only plans that they know is fight, murder, rape, pillage. And when you talk about it, it's a problem. When you're trying to make them see the ways of their era, it's a problem.
This represents war. War is obviously about killing with the knife and the gun. War is all about money. And in the clip are all the things we kill for. The top one is oil. Second one is cocaine. Third one is gold. That's blood down there. Diamonds, religious symbols, and the seeds they make heroin with.
Crazy.
Those are all the things.